Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I uploaded my last video, but here we are. I was really busy the last couple of months, I would say, and I played in some tournaments, and probably the most important one was in St. Louis, where I played the US Women's Chess Championship. And I was lucky enough to be part of this tournament, and I qualified for the top 10 women in the country. So this is a close tournament, actually, that happens most of the times in October every year in St. Louis. And it is actually a tough tournament. All the players are, well prepared for this one. I don't know why, but I think maybe because it's a national championship. It's a prestigious tournament, and it has a good prize money. And yeah, everyone is well prepared. It's a tough tournament, 11 round round robin tournament, and I played 11 games in this tournament, and I wanted to show you one of my games that I played there, and I would say probably one of the games that I am most proud of. I mean, it was a tough tournament, so I didn't play, I didn't get the result that I wished for before the tournament, but anyway, I tried my best. Hopefully next year if I get qualified. And I wanted to show you my second round, which was against talented IM, or international master, Begim Tokhirjanova, and she ended up being second in the tournament, so she got a silver medal. I mean, she was also, I think, the vice champion last year, so she's really strong. I think her peak rating was 2450 some years ago, but she's very strong, and I want to show you and analyze this game for you guys. Okay, so let's dive into this game. As you can see, I am playing as black. She started with c4, so this is English opening, but okay, this can also transpose to like regular queens pawn games, like Queen's Gambit, and so on. But anyway, so c4, I played e6. Here, as you know, black can also play e5, and after e5 we have a normal English opening, but okay, I prefer to play e6. Oh, by the way, the time control for this tournament was 90 minutes for 40 moves, and 30 minutes for the rest of the game. And it was a Fisher clock, which means that you will get 30 seconds bonus for each move. So she played here knight c3, I played d5, she played d4, and I played a6. Okay, a6 is kind of a new move, I would say the last maybe 10 years or so. It became so like more popular, and it called the Ioannovsky variation, which also was played by Magnus Carlsen. So I wanted to try something new for this game, since this is a round robin tournament, so everyone is well prepared, and if you can surprise your opponent, it's usually a good thing, So I played a6, and here she thought for a few minutes, and then she decided to bring the knight out, knight f3. I took the pawn on c4, so I was already in my home preparation. She played e3, I played b5, a4, b4, attacking the knight, knight b1. Okay, in this position, white can also play knight e4, but knight b1 is also completely fine. I think she was following the principle that after pushing the pawn to b4, the pawn on c4 is weaker, so she wanted to develop the knight from d2. So here I played c5. Notice that in such positions, if you are playing as black, you want to attack the center, and that is very important, because let's say if you play something like knight c6, later on black is going to have space issues actually, and black is not going to have enough space. So that's why we want to push the pawn to c5 to have this nice pawn break. And if let's say white exchanges the pawns, we can take the queen first, and then we can take the pawn, and black has a nice position. So here she took on c4. I played bishop b7, castle, knight f6, knight d2, knight d7, a5, and I played bishop e7. Bishop d3. Okay, the reason that she moved this bishop back because she wanted to clear this square for the knight. Another move that white can play that I was actually considering during the game was b3 to fianchetto this bishop. Because if you look at white's position, the bishop on c1 is kind of blocked, and white needs to activate this bishop either by pushing this pawn and moving the bishop from this diagonal, or pushing the pawn to b3 and fianchettoing this bishop, basically. Okay, so she played bishop d3, I castled, white played knight c4, and I played bishop e4. And here I played bishop e4. Maybe bishop e4 was not that great. Computer likes queen c7 here better. But during the game, I thought that the bishop on d3 is a strong bishop. And if I can get some, blockades on e4 and d5, it's good for me. So that's why I moved the bishop to e4. She took, knight takes e4, she played queen c2 to attack the knight, I played knight d6 to exchange the knight, rook d1, knight c4, rook takes c4, and then I played this move, queen c8. So you might ask, okay, why not queen c7, right? Queen c7, since the pawn on c5 is pinned, I didn't want to play queen c7, and you see that queen is unprotected. But after queen c8, I can take the pawn on d4 if I want to. And after queen c8, she played queen e2. If she plays something else, like let's say bishop d2, I could take the pawn on d4. And if we get to this position, so let's say this position, black is totally fine, and black basically solved all the problems in the position, and I would say I prefer to be black here actually. Okay, so she played queen e2 here. I took the pawn, she took back with the pawn. Here I didn't expect her to take with the pawn. I thought she would take with the knight, because I thought after e takes d4, yes, you're opening up this bishop, but you have this isolated pawn, and since white doesn't have a light square bishop, white can't attack the king side, because in such positions, when you have an isolated pawn, you usually rely on your attack on the king side. But here there is no light square bishop. So I was thinking, okay, e takes d4 probably is not a great move, because maybe later on I can put pressure on this pawn, and I can, blockade this pawn by having my knight on d5. So here I played knight f6, she played knight e5, and I moved my queen to b7, which is a better square for the queen. Notice that we usually don't want to have our queens on an open file, since open files are usually belong to the rooks, not the queen. Okay, so queen b7, h4. So I think h4 was an aggressive move. Probably I would play something like bishop d2 or bishop g5 to just develop my bishop, but I could feel why she played here, because okay, she was about 100 rating points, she had 100 rating points more than me, and she wanted to win. She wanted to put more pressure on my position, but I think h4 probably is weakening the king side in the long term. So here I played queen e4 to exchange the queens. Queen takes e4, knight takes e4, and then she played rook e1. I played f5. So here I wasn't sure if I need to go back with the knight or I should push the pawn. That was a difficult decision for me, and I think as you can see, I had 26 minutes here, and after f5 I ended up having just 19 minutes. So this was a tough decision, because after pushing the pawn you create a backwards pawn, right? And I wasn't sure if I should keep my active knight here and just create this backwards pawn, or I should just move my knight to a worse position, but my pawn structure is healthier here. But after knight f6, I was thinking that she can play bishop g5, and now okay, if I play something like knight d5, she can easily take here, and then play something like rook c1 or rook a4, and I think here white was kind of comfortable. So I said, okay, if I want to have some sort of advantage, I need to push the pawn. So I played f5, she played g3. Notice that I am attacking this pawn as well, but I couldn't take the pawn because my knight was hanging. So after f5, she played g3, I played rook fc8 to get my rook to the open file, knight d3, I played rook c2, bishop e3, b3, rook d1. Okay, so my rook is on the 7th rank, and you might know about the importance of the 7th rank. We usually want to have our rooks on the 7th rank because they are stronger there, and they can attack some pawns. Sometimes they can block the king, cut off the king, and it's an active position for the rook. So I play rook c8 here, rook b1. The reason I think she played here because she wanted to free this knight, because notice that if she moves the knight at this point, I can take the pawn on b2. Let's say knight c5, I can exchange the knights, I can take here or I can take here. So that's why rook b1 was played. But okay, also at this point we are in time trouble. We're on move number 27. We have 12 moves left until the time control, and she's got just 12 minutes. I have 10 minutes, and she played rook b1. Okay, here I played bishop d1. Maybe not a great move because I am basically creating a weakness here. Computer here suggests g5, which is a difficult move to see. And after h takes g5, bishop takes g5. Let's say here, here. And now I have this idea to play knight f3 to win this pawn. And black position is better here. As you can see, computer gives like 1.28, 1.28 advantage for black. Anyway, I played here bishop d8, white played knight c5, I took the knight, and I took the pawn a5. She played here, I played bishop b4, take, 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 king f7, rook e5, king f6. Notice that she can't take here because the rook is under attack, so she pushed the pawn. If the rook moves the other side, I have this move, and this is not a great position for white because I can double up my rooks on the 7th rank. So that's why she should have kept the, she should keep the rook on e5 to protect the bishop. And I play rook c6 here. Here is move number 35. I have just 2 minutes. She's got just 1 minute on the clock, and we have like four or five moves left until the time control. She played h5. I played h6. She took. I took here. She played here. Rook b5. Rook a1. Rook b7. Check. King f7. And this was the last move of the time control, and here we got an extra 30 minutes. So she played here, and now here I had some time to think. So I calculated rook d7 and also g6 in this position because I didn't want to draw. I thought that my position is better, my rook is more active. If I play king f6 to protect the pawn, she can obviously just repeat the position. So I either play g6 here or I play rook d7 to sacrifice the pawn, but I go for an activity. So it turned out I chose this move g6, which was not the best move. Probably the best move here was rook d7, because after taking here I could play here. Okay, I want to checkmate, and after rook e5 I can go here, and let's say if she checks here, I can go here, and my rooks are really active in the game. And here, if let's say after king g8, if she plays here, I can take, and this is also a good position. But I think during the game I had this feeling that I don't want to get checkmated here, you know, but I think I missed this move rook d1 somehow. So anyway, I played g6 to protect my pawn. I mean, my position is still better, but it's a little bit trickier. So pawn takes pawn, king takes pawn. She played g4. I took. Taking the pawn was not the best move. I should have taken here. And after g takes f5, I should have played king f7. And okay, I have this rook behind my pawn, and I want to push the pawn. Let's say if rook h3, I can check, king g2, b2. If he takes here, I can check here, and then I can promote my pawn, and this is a winning position for black. Okay, so I played f takes g4. She checked here, king g7, here, h5. h5 was not a good move. I should have played rook d7, but for some reason I was worried about rook takes h6, and I thought after h5 I have two connected pass pawns, so this should be an easy win for black. But actually she could have played better. So she checked here, which is the right move. I play king f8, she checked here, and she played rook h6, which is also a great move. And here she played rook h8, and rook h8 was a mistake. She should have taken here. So rook h8, I play rook f7, she checked here, and she took the rook. This was the critical moment of the game. If she checks here, she could have drawn the game. And after rook takes, okay, multiple moves here, but let's say she takes here, and this game should be equal. But she thought that after exchanging the rooks, she has an easy draw. But this is a losing position. Why? Because she will be in zugzwang later on. So she took here, I took the pawn, rook here, king here, she checked, I played here, here, I pushed the pawn. Okay, so she pushed the pawn, but let's say if she plays something like king f1, I can check, and then I can push the pawn. Notice that if white can just wait here, and if white doesn't make any moves, black doesn't have a great move here. Why? Because if I check here, she can go here, and if I go here, she can take here, right? And if I go here, okay, white can just wait. But the point here is that white is in zugzwang. It means white doesn't have a good move. And once the king moves, I have this check, and then I can push my pawn. And if he pushes the pawn here, like she did in the game, I can play king g5. Okay, so she doesn't have a move. She pushed the pawn. I took here, and this is an easy win because I can just move my king towards this pawn to support my pawn and win the game. And king g2, king b2, takes, rook here, and this is an easy win because if she goes here, I promote. If she checks, I can just zigzag and move the king towards this rook, and white doesn't have any defense in this position. So this was a great win for me. I would say I didn't play the way I wanted throughout the tournament, but I got a few nice positions, and I would say I probably could get more points. But it's okay. It was a good experience, another experience in the US Championship because this was my second time. I was qualified last year as well, so I played in 2023 and 2024. I don't know when you guys are watching this video, but I played 2 times so far, and I hope I will do better next time, maybe in 2025. And yes, this was it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like this video if you enjoy it, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Take care.